Guys, it's Ryan Goware. Welcome to the second episode of the Deal or New Property series. Today, we're at one of the most foodie neighborhood in KL, Taman OUG. And we're here today to check out a freehold residential gem that's just newly completed in the 63-acre master plan of WCT OUG. The Maple Residences. Let's check it out. First off, let's talk accessibility. Coming in, you have this stretch of private road called Jalan Hujan Rintik here, providing you ease of driving into your compound. Just like our last episode, this project is wrapped in major highways, but with a very matured neighborhood twist. If you're coming from Shah Alam or Bukit Jalil, right, you can head on to Kesas Highway, just beside the condo here. Max and KL Seremban Highway is also just a short drive away, making it super easy to head into KL city centre or even down to Putrajaya. Then you have another important stretch of road called Jalan Awan Besar here that leads on to Jalan Jalil Perkasa and of course the landmark in this area, Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Currently the access is a bit long-winded, kind of like me in my video right now. That's because the township of WCT is still in its very early phase of development. But once it is developed right, you would have instant access to Bukit Jalil. It's close enough that you can practically smell the shopping. Okay, I'm kidding here. If you want to skip the jam, the Awan Besar LRT station is actually within the vicinity, giving you that rail connection. Of course, when I say vicinity, don't go thinking of walking there. Well, unless if you're a marathon runner. Similar to our previous episode, while you are in a walkable master plan, you're currently bordered by the Kesas Highway and development are still mostly on the drawing board still. Although the food merchant mart is actually just a stone's throw away, still for now, you're still very car dependent for your OUG morning market run. In terms of school and education, you have SK and SMK Sri Saujana, just a short drive away, or SJKC Liming, just a 10 minutes drive away. So quite a few options in terms of schooling for your children. Then for further education, you have the very famous medical university, IMU or APU. If you crave for something that's more of a nostalgic charm, right, you can head down to the OUG wet market, just a 7 minutes drive away. Surrounding here, you can not only find the wet market, you can also find old kopitiams, mamaks with very good food at every nook and every turn, and of course, grocery shops and your favorite butchers as well. So I would say that actually very, very strategic location, okay? On one part, you have the rapidly developing Bukit Jalil that is catching the eyes of foreigners, tourists, and locals alike. Then at the other side, OUG, you have all the old nostalgic charm that is still keeping the old charm, old neighborhood vibe alive. So yeah, if you want a balance of both, this is the right location already. Okay guys, let's check out the project. Walking into Maple, they really lean into this integrated urban forest aesthetic. We are talking about 3.3 acres of facilities. That's actually quite massive for OUG. So driving in from the main arteries of WCT, right, you are greeted by actually 3 entrances and 3 exits, which gives you a very grand statement. And then when you're driving into here, right, you're greeted by a lot of water features and also a lot of plants, which kind of gives you this kind of vibe of a 5-star hotel, especially with this wide sweeping driveway that you're driving past here. Yeah, so literally you're driving in like a boss. The first impression of the architecture here is all about modernity, okay? The 3 towers are wrapped in a sleek warm beige brown and sandy tones of color, which kind of reminds you of autumnal colors that reflects the maple theme of development. Get it? That's why it's called Maple Residences. The development is actually comes with three towers, namely, well, no-brainer, Tower A, B, and C, standing tall with each tower having different levels at 32 stories, 41 stories, and 52 stories respectively, and a total of 940 units. It feels exclusive because you only have about 8 to 10 units per floor, served by a crazy 6 to 8 lifts. So no more awkward 5-minute lift waits. And what I like most about this place is just the surrounding. Surrounding here, there are just landscapes, water features, which gives not only this very soothing feeling, either whether you're waiting for Grab or your friend, but it also gives off this very luxurious and very grand kind of vibe. And as you walk through the entrance, you enter a double volume grand lobby here that doubles as a high-end lounge area. It features high ceilings and sleek modern finishes, making it feel more like an upscale hotel than a standard apartment block. And then there's the natural lighting, that just comes flooding in because of this floor-to-ceiling windows here. So yeah, keeping that urban forest vibe very, very consistent from the outside in. Coming up, the project is divided into distinct zones with only 4 units per zone, depending on the tower. The lift lobby so kind of feels very private. With 6 to 8 lifts per floor, your waiting time at the lift lobby is significantly reduced. Each floor in these towers, features a generous 3.6 meter floor-to-floor height. I know I'm throwing you all these kind of figures and numbers, but it actually means something, because like the 3.6 meter floor to floor height, it's just of this very grand, and it gives this very airy and open interior feel. In total, there's about 4 main layouts in Maple, ranging from the smallest at 808 square feet to Type D, which is 1378 square feet and is the only 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom layout. This is also the dual key option, allowing for more flexible living arrangement. Whereas the other remaining 2 layouts being Type B, 958 square feet, featuring 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Then you have the Type C, which is 1,152 square feet to 1,163 square feet, featuring 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, plus a yard area. So you can see that Maple Residences is very much family-centric, where if let's say you're just starting out, you have the very suitable 808 square feet, and then if let's say you want to make it more multi-generational, then you have the bigger units like Type C or Type D that could be a better option, and Type D especially, which kind of like provides more privacy for a multi-generational family stay. Okay, so today we will check out the Type D, which is the largest layout, so let's go. The price point for a Type D unit is slightly over ringgit 1 million, which means that it hits that 1 million ringgit threshold. So if you're a foreign investor or expat looking for a house to stay in KL area, perhaps this could be one of your consideration, being near to the up-and-coming Bukit Jalil area, but still retaining that very nostalgic neighborhood charm. Now the best part, what I like about this whole unit, can you see that it looks really, really grand, and the lighting, the natural lighting here is just so bright, because not only is it 12 feet high, and then it has this floor to ceiling height window that just lets the natural lighting to flood in. So you can imagine having your meal here. It's kind of like sky dining already. And the best part is, over here you get to, at least for this unit, you get to see not only KLCC view, but you get to see the four heavenly kings of Malaysia, namely TRX, PMB 118, KL Tower, and KLCC. Okay, so coming into the corridor here, it's split into 3 rooms. Okay, and the best part here is the flooring here. It's made with solid wood, so it gives this very good texture when you're walking on it. Okay, now that we have checked out the 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom side, let's check out the studio unit side as well. So again, just like the master bedroom and also the living room, here comes with the floor to ceiling height window, which gives off this very bright and airy and grand feeling. Again, you have the 4 heavenly kings side at your very window pane, so you're waking up to the best view. Okay, $1 million view. And then also here you get to make a pantry, and you can still see that there's a lot of space for you to create this wardrobe over here. And then it comes with its own ensuite bathroom. The facility stack at level 7 is where the magic happens. It just feels very luxurious walking around on level 7. They kept the greenery theme ongoing. You got a 50-meter Olympic size infinity pool that overlooks the whole Bukit Jalil golf course and also the Kesas highway. And then you also have the quirky gardens. You've got an alphabet garden, a whirlpool garden, and even a meditation deck. And the gym here is also huge. It is Abyss, offering both interior and exterior workout spaces. So yeah, seems like it caters very well to the surrounding OUG folks who wants to upgrade their life. Okay, guys, as usual, there's gotta be a grandfather story. This area used to be very different. Before the glitz, this part of OUG was largely untouched land or older developments. WCT, which is the same developer behind Paradigm Mall, came in with the WCT OUG vision to revitalize the area. They started with wards residences. Phase 1, you can see it over here, just opposite to the food merchant. And now we have the Maple Residences as the centerpiece of this retail village concept. It's basically like the Desa Park City of OUG. Okay, guys, so now the sweet stuff. How does it stack up against competition? Because it's at the fringe of Bukit Jalil, so we gotta compare it with the OUG side, the Bukit Jalil side. Alright, so we're gonna compare the prices, compare the rentals, and see if it's a deal or a new. So Maple Residences is a premium high-end condo, so it's only fair that we compare with the likes of it lah. And we can actually see that most of the OUG newer developments, right, they still lean into this neighborhood vibe of OUG, with all of them being residential title. And now, on paper, it kind of seemed like Maple Residences with 940 units looks like a stadium, right? Whereas the Legacy and wards offer more privacy, being lower density. But don't let that fool you, because Maple Residences, as we shared above, is actually divided into 2 different zones and actually has 6 to 8 lifts. Alright, guys, let's step completely across the highway into the Bukit Jalil premium territory. Comparing the Maple Residences to Bukit Jalil's heavy hitters, right, completely shifts the dynamic from a suburban regeneration master plan vibe to a urban hipster hype luxury vibe. To give you an absolute apple to apple comparison, I'm going to match Maple Residences to the likes of Tropica, Skylux on the park, the Link 2 residences, and Twin Arcs for a standard 3-bedroom units as well. So guys, crossing the border into Bukit Jalil means you enter the land of lifestyle luxury, but also the land of commercial bills. If you want pure convenience, Tropica's Jaya Grocer definitely wins, okay? It actually literally sets the rental rate here at this Bukit Jalil stretch of road. If we are looking purely on yield basis, Tropica seems to win on all fronts. However, we must remember, heading into Tropica right now is going in at a high price point, which is about 950 per square foot, as the prices have appreciated over time. However, just across the border, the Maple Residences offers a similar capital appreciation potential, being in the early phase of the whole WCT township. It offers a balance of yield as well as the residential aspect, being a residential title itself. So we have compared with the Bukit Jalil side upscale property, so it's only fair that we compare Maple Residences with Old Klang Road's more premium property as well, as OUG is practically wedged in between these two. And if we were to look at the price per square foot, right, surprisingly, Maple Residences don't look that expensive way. In fact, it might look cheaper price per square foot compared to the Old Klang Road's premium property. And not only that, it doesn't have the hustle and bustle like Bloomsville Residence or even Miller Square, where they have a hotel and also commercial aspect that's attached to it. So I would say that if you want a cheaper entry price and also more privacy, then yeah, Maple Residences wins out. The Maple Residences is basically playing an optical illusion. On paper, its 940 units sounds like a crowd, but it completely outsmarts the surrounding condos. While moving to Old Klang Road's hyper-dense hubs means bracing for dormitory-style living because the units there are smaller, and crossing to Bukit Jalil forces your wallet into a higher commercial utility bill. Maple keeps it classy with the pure combo of freehold and residential title, and WCT basically played space wizardry by splitting each floor into private isolated wings of just 4 to 5 neighbors, effectively destroying the morning rush hour bottleneck that's so common in many other condos. Sure, the 39 cents per square foot maintenance fee might make a pure cash flow investor sweat, but hey, if you're looking for a brand new family sanctuary, or if you're looking to be part of an early investor in the potential 63-acre WCT development township, then maybe this sounds like a major win. So, are you willing to trade the hectic high-density traffic of the surrounding hotspot for this low-density penthouse treatment? Or do you prefer being right on top of the commercial activity? Deal or new? You decide. Thanks for watching.